In the 1960s, the Cold War was at its peak. The United States and the Soviet Union were competing to see who would become the ruler of space. The US had placed its biggest bet on the moon. President Kennedy had promised that they would land a human on it. But Soviet scientists had a different vision. Their eyes were set on Venus, the planet often called Earth's twin. Same size, similar mass, born under the same Sunday. But for centuries, it had been hidden beneath a thick blanket of dense yellow clouds. These clouds were a mystery, a puzzle. What lay beneath them? Oceans, forests, or maybe even a civilization? The Soviet Union decided they would uncover this secret no matter what. And for that, they created something extraordinary. It was called Venera, the Russian word for Venus. But this wasn't just an ordinary satellite. It was a suicide bomber, a probe designed to enter enemy territory, die there, but reveal its secrets before destruction. On the 4th of February 1961, the first Venera probe was launched and failed. It couldn't even escape Earth's orbit. But the Soviet Union hid this failure from the world. Their policy was simple: stay silent until success. Then, on the 12th of February 1961, Venera 1 was launched. It became the first human-made spacecraft to head toward another planet. Everything was going well, but just 7 days later, contact was lost forever. That silent spacecraft passed within 100,000 kilometers of Venus, and even today, it continues orbiting the sun like a ghost ship. In 1965, Venera 2 met the same fate. Contact lost, mission failed, but Soviet scientists were stubborn. They built Venera 3 stronger than all the previous ones. On the 1st of March 1966, it entered Venus's atmosphere and went silent. It became the first human-made object to reach the surface of another planet, but it didn't send a single word back. Then came 1,967 Venera 4. This time, they added a parachute. It entered Venus's atmosphere, deployed the parachute, and started sending data. It revealed that the atmosphere was mostly carbon dioxide, but suddenly, the data stopped. Later, scientists discovered that it never reached the surface. It was crushed midair, like an empty soda can under Venus's extreme pressure. The pressure there was 90 times greater than Earth's. That's more than the pressure found 1 kilometer deep in Earth's oceans. And the temperature? Hot enough to melt lead. This wasn't a planet, it was a pressure cooker on fire. Venera 5 and 6 were sent knowing they wouldn't survive. They were designed to die in the atmosphere, and they did, sending valuable data before their destruction. But the real secrets were on the surface, so the Soviets built Venera 7, stronger than a tank. On the 15th of December 1970, it entered Venus's atmosphere. Its parachute failed. It fell at 17 meters per second, and slammed into the surface. Everyone thought it was over. But then, a weak signal appeared. The probe had landed upside down, with its antenna facing downward. Yet, it transmitted data for 23 minutes. It became the first spacecraft to send data directly from the surface of another planet. And what it revealed shocked the world. A temperature of 465 degrees Celsius, twice as hot as an oven. But there was more. As it fell, scientists noticed a slight shift in its radio frequency, the Doppler effect. After calculations, they realized something incredible. The probe was being pushed sideways by powerful winds blowing at 360 kilometers per hour. That's 3 times stronger than the most violent storms on Earth. Then came 1,975 Venera 9 and 10. These probes were different. Each weighed over 5 tons, and for the first time, they carried cameras. On the 22nd of October 1975, Venera 9 landed on Venus. Scientists held their breath. They sent the command to activate the cameras. Nothing happened. One camera's lens cover failed to open, but the second one worked. Slowly, the first ever image of Venus's surface appeared. Sharp rocks, a barren, lifeless landscape. No oceans, no forests, just a terrifying wasteland. But fate wasn't done yet. Venera 11 and 12 transmitted data for 110 minutes, but both of their camera covers failed to open. Years of work, millions of dollars, lost because of a small lid. Then came 1,982 Venera 13 and 14. On the 1st of March 1982, Venera 13 landed on Venus. This time, the cameras worked, and what they sent back was unbelievable. The first color images of Venus: an orange sky, a brownish-yellow surface. It even analyzed the soil. The clouds of Venus are made of sulfuric acid, meaning acid rain falls there. But here's the twist. That rain never reaches the ground. Why? I'll leave that question for you to think about. And then came Venera 14. It carried a spring-loaded device to measure soil hardness. But after landing, the camera lens cover fell right onto the exact spot where the device was supposed to hit. So instead of measuring the ground, it measured the hardness of its own camera cover. One small mistake, and $1 million instrument became useless. After that, Venera 15 and 16 orbited Venus and mapped its surface using radar. They pierced through the thick clouds and revealed the truth. Massive volcanoes up to 11 kilometers high, and cracks stretching thousands of kilometers. Through 18 missions, the Soviet Union revealed Venus to the world. They showed us that Earth's twin is not a beautiful sister, but a burning hell. A world where temperatures melt metal, pressure crushes tanks, and winds overpower Earth's strongest storms. America landed humans on the moon, but Russia sent suicide probes into Venus and uncovered its secrets. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you could hear the sound of those violent Venusian winds, don't forget to like and share. And yes, that question, why does acid rain on Venus never reach the ground? Drop your answer in the comments.